Hello guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa, and if you're new, please like the video, subscribe, click the bell so that whenever I post, you of course will be the first to find out. People know me, right? I'm someone that will always share my reality, whether it hurts anybody or is suitable to anyone. I just feel like my reality is my reality, my experience is my experience, and regardless, I will always share it. I realize that people become very defensive when you talk about the UK or Canada, or more like they expect you to always say positive things about that country they reside in. Even though they are pressing their necks in that country, they still don't want to hear anything otherwise. They just want to hear good and nice things about that country. Whereas some people on the other hand, when you're always sharing beautiful things about a particular country, they get offended because they feel like you're not real. Like, why are you not telling us the hard culture? That's why in this life you must do you. And I've been someone that has been in this content game for a very long time. I understand firsthand the expectations of people, but obviously from experience I've been able to build that tenacity. I've been able to tell myself that no, regardless, you must share your truth. Your truth is your truth. Whether it suits people or it does not suit people, you must share it. And that is one thing about me, and that is why I'm always out here sharing the uncomfortable truth, uncomfortable reality, things that will ruffle your shoulder, things that will make your skin crawl. But if it has to be said, it has to be said. Today I want to talk about UK schools and Nigerian school, early years only, because I do not have any experience of primary school or secondary school or university life in the UK. I do not have any experience of that. But you see, early years education, I have first-hand experience. So personally, if you ask me my preference, I will tell you without mincing words, without caring whose ox is God, without thinking twice, without blinking my eyes, that I prefer early years in Nigeria to early years in the UK. And this is not based on theory, this is based on experience, like evidence-based research. Now, I had my kids in the UK, they all experienced nursery in the UK. It was only my first child that completed reception before we moved back to Nigeria. So my two little ones did not get to experience reception. But to be honest, I don't think there's any difference between reception, nursery. I feel like everything is still play-based. I think the UK take the play-based thing too seriously. They take it too seriously. And I can tell you this firsthand, right? Most children that move back from the UK to Nigeria tend to struggle for the first few weeks. And I'm not talking about adjustment, because I mean, when you move from the familiar to the unfamiliar, it's very natural for you to go through your adjustment phase. But I'm talking about academically. In school, the school structure, the routine, they always tend to struggle. And obviously with time, they get used to it. But you see that first few weeks, first few months, they struggle because they're already used to playing, singing rhymes, screen time. But in Nigeria, it's structured. You will copy notes, you will write, you will answer, like you will write exam, they will score you, you will see your result. Like, it's so structured. I really do not want to personalize it. I'm trying my best not to personalize it because I have so many things to share. But I mean, this involves my kids and it's not my story to tell. And Nigerian schools, in my opinion, have more structure and discipline. I mean, I remember when my kids came, like, they would say hi, hello. They didn't know what it's like to greet or say good morning, ma, good morning, sir. Either they say hi or they won't even greet you at all. I mean, and me, I didn't bother so much about it, especially for my little ones. There were 3 when we came. I wasn't really so bothered because, to be honest, most of them, they love to keep to themselves. But in Nigeria, they don't even have a choice. They have to say good morning or good afternoon. The school was so particular about it, and that really gave me so much joy. I mean, right from the gate, you're saying good morning to the nurse who will check your temperature. You're saying good morning to your teachers. You're saying good morning to the security. You're saying good morning to the admin. You're saying good morning to your friends, to your class teacher. It makes so much sense. And as a result of that, it started reflecting in the home front. Like when they see a stranger or when someone comes around, they just go and say good morning, ma, good morning, sir. Like, I love it. Beautiful, right? And they're disciplined. Now, in the UK, for example, they believe children have a mind of their own, which I highly disagree with, because you cannot tell me that even a 10-year-old cannot determine what happens in a day or how their day will go. A 2-year-old or a 3-year-old in nursery can decide that today I don't want to learn, or can decide that this week I don't want to learn. All he needs to do is just throw tantrum in class and they will excuse the child. They don't prompt and prompt. I don't believe children have a mind of their own. No, I feel like the early years of their life is very critical. It's the stage where we as parents or their guidance or teachers have to mold them. So you cannot tell me that a child can determine that he or she does not want to join the play group, want to do carpet time, or does not want to ride. The child just wants to play around or draw or do something else. You as a teacher, you're okay with that? No, in Nigeria, that cannot happen. You will write. The worst that happens is that they might take you out for like 1 minute or 2 minutes or 5 minutes and you're back and you will do that work, and they believe in consequences. I love how they teach them consequences in Nigeria. In Nigeria, right, if you misbehave as a child, you will bear the brunt of it. You will bear the consequences. But in the UK, if a child misbehaves, the parent bears the consequences, which is very unfair. That's why you see parents complaining every time on TikTok. They keep calling me every day. My child is this. Why are you calling a parent that the child is refusing to focus in class? What do you want the parent to do? In Nigeria, no, they will not call you to tell your child. They will deal with it, because as long as that child is within the parameters of the school, they have full responsibility to handle that child. Obviously, not punish or flog. In fact, I don't think schools flog these days. My kids' school, they don't flog. Absolutely not. But you will bear the consequences. I don't know how they do it, but they just enforce discipline. I think most times, because children tend to look forward to their recess time, their break time. If you don't finish your work, you're not going for your break. You'll watch your classmates shouting, playing outside on the field, swinging, playing football, just running around and playing, while you will be in the class with your teacher trying to finish your work because you refuse to do your work with your mates. Discipline, which makes so much, and that really made my life so much easier. Nigerian schools have made my parenting journey so much easier, because when I was in the UK, I was strong. It was like I was at home enforcing discipline, enforcing structure at home, enforcing routine, and the school, they were just doing their own bits. It wasn't funny at all. In Nigerian schools, children, they have their set time. You play at this time, you learn at this time, you sing at this time. If you refuse to learn at the time you should learn, you will not play when you should play. Like, very structured. So because of that, children understand discipline at a very tender age. And oh my God, let's not even talk about academics. My child, Kamdi, she's 4 years old. Kamdi can read. For my twins, they can read. I'm just using it because they are young. They can read. They can write. If you tell her to write 1 to 100, she's going to write it. ABCD, she can write it. Like, she can, a pencil grip. I mean, at this age, when Kachi was this age, we were still trying to teach him how to hold pen. At home, not even in school. At home, it just me feeling like, you should be doing this at this time now. So I was bringing out that time for him. But the school, they went not teaching him how to hold pen, how to pen grip at that age. No, it was just me doing it at home. But yeah, I was even surprised. I didn't even know when she started holding pen. I mean, from nowhere, I saw my girl writing. I saw her reading. I saw my boy reading. My boy writing. I'm like, oh, wow, this is good. This is very impressive at this stage. Let me point something out to you. When we came back, Kachi, my first son, was potty trained. Kamdi, my twin girl, 4 years old, she was obviously potty trained. But my twin boy, I was even scared. You know what it's like potty training boys, because I know what I went to trying to potty train Kachi when he was 3. So I was like, you know what? Nigerian schools will do it for me. I'm telling you, like, I just told myself, Kobe, I'm not going to be the person to potty train you. I'm going to shift this work, this tax to your school and your nanny. And guess what? It happened. First day of school, I hadn't even mentioned it to them. They noticed it was on nappy. And Kobe came home without nappy. He came home with an nappy, and then a note from the teacher telling me to put extra clothes and I think Ziploc bag and wipes for them. And boom, they potty trained this boy for me. I was so surprised that Kobe would come home. I immediately rushed to the toilet to pee and pull his pants up. I'm like, wow. Is this real? It was like a shock. There's nothing like, oh, he's not ready. He will be ready. That's Nigeria. He will be ready. There's nothing like a child. I don't understand that language of he's not ready. He's not ready. You know, like pendulum, the way pendulum swings, right? Your child will swing the way you want your child to swing. Like, I didn't realize this thing in the UK until I came back to Nigeria. And I'm not saying you have to flog. No, not flog. You just have to be firm. Like, UK schools are not firm. Like, anything goes. Like I said, I don't know about primary school. But you see, early years, anything goes. They excuse them so much. And that's why you see a 6-year-old still in nappies. I'm not talking about people with special needs. I mean, theirs is a very special case. I mean, a neurotypical child that is very much okay, still wearing nappies because the parents feel the child is not ready. If that child was in Nigeria, that child would be potty trained, because the effort to be collaborative, school will do their bits, you as the parents at home will do your bits. Tell me why the child will not be potty trained. But you know, I mean, different schools with their different policies and the way they handle children. But the schools and the nurseries I experienced, they were not ready to put in the work. They were not ready. I remember when I wanted to potty train Cam Day, and when I mentioned it to the teacher, she was like, oh, holiday is just around the corner. You could try it at home so that when it comes to school, she would already have a hang of it and then we can continue. Or is it when I was potty training Kachi, and I was, like, when I started potty training him, obviously I told them, oh, I've started, oh, please be taking him to the toilet from time to time. They weren't taking him to the toilet. When I came to pick him, they told me he was not ready, because they were not ready to put in the work. I mean, when Kobe started, like my son that wasn't potty trained in the UK, when he came back, obviously, I mean, he was not ready. He was not ready. He had zero interest in potty, in nappy. He had zero interest. But there was nothing like he was not ready. The school put in the work, he put in support, and he got ready. If you get where I'm coming from, I just feel like the UK system tends to hold children back by waiting for readiness. You see children 7, 8, 6, 5, not saying a word, not speaking. I kind of feel like this is very, very controversial, right? But I kind of feel like, you know, when it comes to speech delay, most times it's environmental. Yes, there's the same parts, but I kind of feel like most times it's even environmental, especially speech delay. Because, for example, in Nigeria, oh my goodness, you will talk. You go talk, Abi, you know go talk, you go talk. I've seen firsthand kids that were completely, if I'm a very close friend that came back from America, our child was completely non-verbal. Scratch that. Non-verbal, already in a special needs school, like, you know, condemned. So I'm like, for the lack of a better word, you know how they just get rid of you, especially just pushing the whole autism in him. The child came back to Nigeria and started speaking. Or is it the one like 7-year-old was not chewing? According to them, they said the sensory needs. The child came back to Nigeria and started to eat. The school pushed the child. They started with moi, you know, for moi to mashed food, and then, you know, they just graduated and I eat everything and doing so well. So personally, the only downside I would say is that access to education in Nigeria is very expensive. Don't worry, I don't think this is the right time for me to talk about my kids' school and their school fees, but at the right time, when I'm out of Nigeria, I'm going to talk about it. Like, it's a lot. I think that's just the downside. Right? If you want a very good school for your kids, you would pay through your nose. Like, you will literally pay for it. But the good thing is that, are you going to see results? Absolutely, you would see results. In Nigeria, the learning pace feels faster and more consistent. Children are introduced to new concepts very early without delays, but I feel like in the UK it's more of repetition. And Nigerian schools, they reward hard work. I mean, you will go home with homework that will be scored. I don't know. I can't remember. I think, like I said, my first child was in reception. I think the homework he's got was this particular app where they just tell them to do some tasks, and it wasn't even scored, right? It wasn't. But here in Nigeria, it was scored. In fact, we've done 3 project work so far. First trimester, second trimester, third trimester. We did 3 different project work. Hardcore project work, not even beans. Like, you will construct. Both of us, we did arts and crafts together, and you will come to class and present your work. And Nigerian schools feel more academically driven. Like, there is focus on results and academic performance from early years. They're expecting you to do some certain things, which I like. Because I feel like UK schools feel more relaxed and childlike. I feel like kids have the upper hand in the UK. But here in Nigeria, the teachers have the upper hand. Teachers in Nigeria have more stronger authority. And, you know, as a result of that, children are more liking to, you know, listen to instructions, pay attention. Unlike in the UK, where I felt there was more negotiation with children. Like, how can you be negotiating with a child, with a 2-year-old, with a 3-year-old to learn? You're negotiating with a child to sit down in class, to write, or to learn. And lastly, in fact, and most importantly for me, I love that I have access to my kids' teacher. Today is Sunday, right? Do you know I can call my kids teacher right now to just say, oh, I just realized that Kachi is not doing this, is not doing that. What's it like in school? Like, I don't have to wait till Monday to talk to a teacher. Like, that open door policy, you can speak with your teacher, both of you work collaboratively, like come together, to achieve a common goal, like work towards achieving a common goal. Like, so brilliant. We regularly have this in PTC. I know we used to have it in the UK, but here in Nigeria, it's like very frequent. We have PTC, Parents Teacher Conference, where you can openly now discuss your child's progress in class, where your child is lacking, your child's weaknesses, your child's strength, how you can come together to work. Like, yeah, we did that in the UK, but I think it was maybe twice in a term. But here in Nigeria, like, frequently, and you don't even have to wait till PTC. You have full access to teachers. It's a wonder. Honestly, it's a wonder. I'm so confident that if I take my kids to Canada right now, the way they will be dusting their schoolwork, the way they will dust their school. And that's why I told myself, the moment we are arriving in Canada, I am putting them in common. I'm not even wasting time. I'm not waiting. Come on, if possible, let's do work that is like a year above their age. I don't think I want them to do work according to their age. Because I feel like right now, if you should compare my kids right now to UK children, academically, I think they are above. In fact, no two ways about, they're definitely above. And not just them. I feel it's very peculiar to Nigerian schools, because Nigerian schools believe that foundation is key. And I believe in that too. Do you know my kids at this age, 4 and 6, they read for their exam. They already have that structure in place, that understanding that your exam is on Monday and you have to read. Like, we'll bring their textbook and we'll be reading it together. Social studies, science. At this age, you already understand the idea of reading for exam. So every single day after school, they have their extra lesson, and then they come home and have their homework. Like, I think from Monday to Sunday, there's something for them to do. Saturday, extra lesson. Sunday, extra lesson. Yes, instead of whiling away your time on the tab or whatever. And when it comes to socialization, oh my gosh. Like, Nigerian schools, they get it. I mean, they get it. Cultural day, inter-house sports, so many things. So many things. And my kids' school, right? Every 3 weeks or thereabout, every month, they do this thing where the children do presentation. Like, the children, they are in charge of, they call it exit points. I could come up with different reasons. My kids' school in Nigeria was like a great part of the reason why I even came back. And because me as a mother care more about results than ideology. Because I was speaking with someone, right? I feel like when something is not working, maybe just review it and see how to apply changes. Don't just be fixated on a particular thing. Because I kind of feel like not just the UK, the West, they just, I don't know how to put it, but they just excuse their earliest children, in my opinion. And again, emphasis on my opinion. Like, I want to see my children thrive. I want to see them, progress academically. I want to see them respect people. I want them to understand structure, to understand routine, to respect teachers. And this is not saying all the kids in the UK or in the West are not smart. We still have very, very smart children, but we are talking about ratio here. I mean, the number of parents that complain in the UK, go on TikTok, complain. Complain, Like I said, the only con for me in Nigeria is the school fees. Like, for you to take your child to a very good school now, you have to cough out money. I think that's just like the downside for me. Other than that, I really love Nigerian schools, and I feel like I'm gonna miss Nigerian schools so much. There's something UK parents do that I really like, and I think I'm going to inculcate that when I leave, because they tend to employ Nigerian teachers. Yeah, from the UK, they employ Nigerian teachers. They pay them to do after school lesson for them in the UK. Brilliant, amazing. I like that, because Nigerian teachers, they don't play. Those people, they know their onions. They know what they are doing. They're not joking with you. There's nothing like, oh, you don't want to write. You will write. Like, you will understand routine. You will understand structure. Like, it's either you understand it or you understand it. Like, there's no option, no escape. It's really beautiful to see. Like, I know so many parents that have brought their kids home. Like, so many. Some brought their kids and left. Some came back. So many. Like, in this my whole journey of Japan, I've encountered a lot of them, and I can tell you from my research, like real life practical research, they are very happy with Nigerian educational system. They really are. So let me know your opinion, of course, in the comment section. Like I said, and feel free. This is just my opinion based on my experience, not theory, based on facts. And I stand by it. But if you think otherwise, it's okay. Share your 2 cents in the comment section respectfully. And of course, thank you so much, guys, for watching. And I am going to see you all in my next one. Kisses. Bye.